It's not going to be that much impacted. But for Gemini and Aquarius, you are sextile with the new moon. Here you are. That's the impact chart. That's how the moon is going to affect you. You can see that you get some rays from vibrations that are going on. A sextile is not necessarily a bad thing. And a sextile is usually an opportunity for friendship, attraction, and inspiration. It's inspirational. It's favorable. It's supportive. It's harmonious and easy. Sextile is almost similar to a trine, but slightly weaker. If you have benefic planets in the sextile, then it's positive. If you have malefic planets, the impact might be reduced to being negative. But the sextile is not necessarily a negative aspect. Now, the square, which is Capricorn and Cancer, this is where you'll have some issues with the sun and the moon, with the new moon. So square presents obstacles, frustrations. So that means that integrating your masculine and your feminine aspects, maybe getting over, past familial culturing or bringing issues with your upbringing. These are things that might come into play and might be very, very challenging for you. In general, balancing your masculine and feminine is probably going to be a little bit of a challenge because just the way how the chart is set up, the impact chart is square. These two, that means there might be some frustration for you when it comes to the new moon. But Aries is usually very good in Capricorn. Mars in Capricorn is usually a good thing, or Saturn in Aries is usually a good thing. But Saturn is very malefic towards Mars. The only thing is that, of course, when it comes to the 10th house, Aries in the 10th house, because Aries has energy and the 10th house is about work and how we view ourselves, sometimes it comes out to be a very positive aspect. But as far as this new moon is concerned, you are square. It might be hard for you to integrate the energies of the new moon or integrate the masculine and feminine side of yourself. Here we have a trine, we have Leo, and we have Sagittarius, which is two fire signs, and Aries is also a fire sign. Makes sense that energies will blend well together. It's supportive, it supports growth and expansion. For Sagittarius and Leo, incorporating in your psyche masculine and feminine aspect, and because also these two are fire signs and also very independent signs, getting over things from our culture, how we are raised and how we are, the moon aspects of ourselves, that's very easy for Leos and Sagittarians. Now we have the quincunx of the moon. We have a quincunx, I think that's how you pronounce it, forgive me. Virgo and Scorpio, water and another earth sign. Quincunx is usually, it's not as bad as the square. So a way to describe a quincunx is kind of like having a pebble under your shoe. It causes you irritation and a little bit of stress. But if you look at it and you figure it out, then it won't cause you so much irritation and stress. But it is something that is there. You probably don't see it, but it is something that's irritating. Like you feel it, it's underlying issue. You can't really see right away. You just got to take a more conscious effort to look at it. And then now we come to our last aspect, which is Libra, and Aries is opposite Libra. And to integrate opposition energy is almost the same as a conjunction, but it's just a little bit harder to integrate. A lot of times we want to project that out. Libra is, of course, a harmonious sign. So, of course, they want to be able to do things in a way that's balanced. They don't want to upset anyone. They don't want to get on anyone's nerves. They want to go with the flow of how everything is going. But sometimes you have to liberate yourself from your family, from your past, from your conditioning in order to get to a place where you feel comfortable with yourself. This new moon is opposite Libra. We just had the Libra full moon the other day. So we have the new moon in Aries, which is opposite Libra, which is not necessarily, because we always want to create balance, but the new moon is always about balance within ourselves, more so than it's, balancing our family or, friends or anything like that. It's more about balancing things in your psyche. That way you can operate optimally for yourself. The opposition is usually a challenging aspect, and it's usually associated with Saturn. So it indicates rivalry, conflict, discord. But if there's benefic planets, usually you have attraction or support. So you're gonna have to look at your own chart to see, what's going on there. So if you're a Libra, look at your chart and see what, how it's gonna impact you personally. But think of with the opposition again. It doesn't matter which signs. So like these two could be opposition. Opposition is really all about balance and harmony. But Libra itself is about balance and harmony. Usually there's a lot of tension, difficulty to reconcile, internal tensions that are not easy to resolve, and usually you feel divided. And of course, masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves. Libra is a masculine sign, but balancing the masculine and the feminine masculine and feminine side of ourselves is not very easy. So that creates tension. And then also what Aries represents, your selfhood, being independent, is very challenging to Libra, because Libra always wants to be in the company of others. Take a look at your chart and see how, where you have Aries in your chart, and that's how you'll know how. If you had Aries over here, then your chart will, start doing this. The impact of your chart will impact you in this way, etc., etc. You can have Aries in any of these houses, but the chart that I printed out, Aries is over here, so it's impacting these signs, because I wanted to see how it impacted the other sun signs. If you're a Taurus or Pisces sun, you're not going to be that much impacted. If you're a Leo, the Aries and Sagittarius is trine, so you're not going to be very easy for you to incorporate these into your psyche. If you're a Libra, then of course you're going to be significantly impacted about trying to balance the masculine and feminine in your psyche. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, drop a comment.